All right, so let's fix this issue. We have this issue, and I think it's because on the home page we are showing the icons, so we have made a bit of styling changes, and because we're not showing the icons here, we have this issue. So let's go to this preview card, and we can we actually have this prop show icon. So when it is true, we're showing the icons, and here on this screen we're not showing the icons, right? So when we're showing the icons, maybe we want to apply some styling. That one, let's go to view, icon set. So we have that here, style margin bottom 40. If I remove that, I think we did this for the icons. If I remove that, okay, so if I remove that, then it works. So previously it was working fine, but since we added that for the icons in the home screen, we have that issue. So what we can do is we can check if the show icons is true. If show icons, then only then we apply this styling. So we can do that. So this is the styling, this is the object. So let me just write that here. So show icons, we check using ternary. If that is true, then we apply that. Otherwise we don't want to apply any styling, so we just leave the empty object here. Okay, now you can see we're not showing the icons here. So icons is by false, by default it's false, so it's okay. But when this preview card is used on the home, show icons is true, so it stays the same as before. Okay, all right, so that's good. So we fix that. Okay, so that's good. Now let's fix this one. So if we don't have the preview image, maybe show some kind of a default image, right? So let's see what we can do here. Open graph image, we have the default value here. So we have that image source. So image source actually comes with this property, open ogimage.url. So the actual URL is here, and we give that to this URL. So let's fix that up, because in the state we only had the OG image. Instead we should have this .url object. Okay, so open graph image, let's give this a value of object, Scott object URL, and we paste that value here. So we should be able to see the default image. Let's reload. Okay, so still sometimes what happens is they might have the wrong image. Let me just double check the database. Let's see what sort of image has been saved for that link, Pixabay. So that should go all the way down. So that's the one. URL preview, open graph image. Okay, so okay, because this is the image sharing site, they actually decided to have whole lot of images. They have array of images. Okay, that's a bit weird. Okay, you know, what we can do is we can write a simple check. So if we have the array, then we can grab the first one from the array. Otherwise we just use the open graph image. So we just use the URL. But if it is an array, then we try to grab the first one. So let's write a simple function for that. Const, let's call it og image URL equals to So what we need to do is we need to give the OG image to this function, and this function will try to return the right URL. Alright, so we check if OG image and OG image.url. If we have that, then return that OG image.url. Else, then we check if it is an array. So else if OG image dot length, that means this is an array. We can use dot length in array. So if we have the length, let's say length is greater than 0. If that is the case, then we want to grab the first one. So return open graph image, grab the first item from the array and give us the URL. Alright, so that is also good. Else, otherwise, if we don't have either of them, then we can show the default image, which is right here. How smart is this tab line? Awesome. So then in that case we show that. Now what we can do is this, we can use this function, pass the image. Alright, so let's come down here, and here instead of using OG image.url, we just execute that function. Awesome. Now you can see here we got the very first item from the array. This function, we are giving the open graph image, and this function basically taking for all these different conditions and returning the URL, and if it is array, grab the first one, otherwise return the default one. This is pretty cool. Awesome. Let me show you how the link with no image will look like. So unfortunately, this is one of my own projects. It's been there for many years. Unfortunately, this one also I forgot to put the image on the landing page. On other blog post might be there, but on the landing page it is not there. So let me show you what happens when you share such link. So if I try this one, you can see it doesn't have its own preview image, so we just use some default image. So we are using this placeholder. Now instead of that, you could use any other image obviously, but that's the one we're using. Carol Orath tutorials. Okay, so when user shares some link that doesn't have its own image, open graph image, then we show the default one like this.